I think it's because
difficult.
people are afraid to admit what they really feel and what they are.
Right. That's
Most
all.
most men are actually scared of it. Like the
Most.
person who I'm going to therapy with, he literally, let's get it straight. You're not attracted to trans, you're not attracted to vagina, you're not attracted to ass, you're not attracted. What you're attracted to is beauty.
It's the figure.
No, it's beauty. It's feminine energy.
Welcome to another episode of Pure Genuine Podcast, where we dive into authentic experiences like never before. I'm your host, Frenchie Hanna, and I have a special guest.
Hi, I'm Ash. Nice to meet you guys.
Yes, I have lovely Ash right here. And for this episode, we are going to talk about love, life, and lessons. Yes. So, Ash, tell them a little bit about yourself.
My name's Ash. I'm a Las Vegas local. I am 29 years old. I've been on the Dr. Phil show. I've been on Montel Williams, and I've lived my life for 29 years, and I feel like that's given me a lot of wisdom and lessons being who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that might contribute to the podcast. So,
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. So, you said you was on a Dr. Phil episode?
I was on two of them.
Two of them?
Two of them.
And what was that about?
My my gender, my sexuality, more or
How
less
does...
educating people on things about myself.
Uh-huh.
And recently, the latest episode was in 2019.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like 5 years ago.
5. Yeah, that was about like 5 years ago. That was 5. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Oh my gosh.
It was exciting.
It was exciting?
Yeah, there was a
Well,
family there that needed help because they had a daughter that was transgender and they weren't really sure what to do. And Dr. Phil basically used me as an example and said, as long as you love your kid, do your kid right, treat your kid right, you got a beautiful child. And he pointed at me and he was like, as long as you're good to them. Because my mom, she was my biggest advocate. She did everything for me.
oh, really? That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that for your mom to be there for you.
A lot of people don't have, a really good support system.
Oh, yeah.
It gets bad. Like,
Yeah.
especially women like us. But
Yes.
my mom has been my biggest warrior and confidant in life. She saved me from
Yeah. So
death.
I'm gonna say straightforward. I'm gonna say straightforward for me. I have a good support system with my family, but I don't have a good support system as my identity.
What do you mean by that? Explain a little
Like
bit more.
like I'm a trans woman.
Right.
My family are not very like supportive on that part.
Not very accepting.
No, they accept me, but it's kind of like feels like off to them. But they're there if I like, let's say like I need help with like I don't know like family stuff. I don't know how to explain this family stuff, but it's like me being transgender. They just like you know.
Like as if they can't connect and they don't understand.
Yes.
I get that.
But I have no issue with that. It's because I wouldn't expect them to know. For me, I like to go to another trans woman to get help. But there are some other areas of aspect where I can go to them for me, my identity as being a trans woman. There are some areas, but majority of it, I I feel like I have to go to another trans woman or learn on my own.
I do understand that aspect because believe me or not, but my mom was not in my life for every single part of it. She wasn't there
Yes.
for a lot of things. I mean, my mom has definitely had her own issues, and I've been, at my father's house who was a abuser, really big abuser, and I was left there for a year. Like, you know what I mean? I got a laundry basket kicked at me, got my arm pulled out of socket. My dad was very not nice.
Oh wow.
So my mom has not always been the biggest support in my life like that. But I feel the thing that I find about my relationship with my mother, and a lot of people, that's why I wish everybody had my mom. I feel like I talk to my mom about the craziest stuff. I've never had a best friend in the world who I could tell, like, we're talking like the weird stuff. Like, I mean, I'm a trans woman, so I have to talk myself.
Yes.
I've talked to my mom about that.
Yes.
I've watched YouTube videos with my mom. And
Yes.
like
Oh, I never done that. I
most
watched
trans
it
women
by
don't
myself.
have that
I
support. And
watched
you know
by
what I mean?
myself.
That's what I'm saying. So you would come to me and I would go to you, you know what I mean? But
Yes.
I can also go to my mom, and I wish every person
Yeah,
had that
but
support.
here's my thing though, like being directly trans woman, being a trans woman,
There's a difference
there is a
between, yeah,
difference.
between a woman with ovaries, right?
Yes. So, but your mom can still help in certain areas though.
I feel like it's her
How
compassion.
how how to be a woman? Your mom can help you with that, but how to be a trans woman, she cannot help.
Actually, I'm not gonna
Oh wait,
lie. My mom can't teach me how
school
to be a
me,
woman because my mom
school
lives
me.
upstairs in my brother's house with no lover, and that is how she is.
I'm sorry to hear
That's
that.
me too. But my mom taught me when I was a kid, she said, we all choose our path. We all make a choice. Whether inherently it was good or bad, doesn't matter. You landed where you are, figure it out.
Um,
So at the end of the day, my mom knows that I love her and I support her and I appreciate her and everything.
mm-hmm.
But you did make a choice and this is where you are. So when it comes to anything, when it comes to relationships, I always take her advice with a grain of salt, because how can I take your advice when I don't aspire to have your life? I
Right,
appreciate you, love you, you're
right.
great. Your best support system ever. Like, I told her this even straight out. Love you, but that advice I can't take. The advice on being myself and being proud of who I am and not taking anybody's crap, that's good advice that she gives. But the
Yes.
other stuff, it's like you got to really look at and be like, do these people have the life that you want? And if they don't, then I wouldn't take their advice about those things, you know?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I just, wow.
That's a lot. I know. I've
Yeah.
been through a lot. The Dr. Phil didn't have me on there for no reason, because the truth is now they have actors.
So,
So I went on there because I sent him a video of myself and
oh,
I
okay.
talked, and he
Oh,
said
okay.
this girl knows how to articulate herself without
Yes.
saying anything bad, and I was like, I do. I can
Oh,
say F you without saying it like that. I don't need to.
got it. Definitely. Yeah. So, you know, how long have you been in Vegas? Because you told me that you wasn't normally from Vegas.
So
You say you're
I
Vegas local. Now you are, but
don't call me out.
no, for me too. I'm not from Vegas, but
I was born
now
in
I'm a
upstate New York,
okay.
like the Rust Belt. We're talking where there's country and cows.
Oh yeah, you did tell me
Yeah, I
that.
didn't.
Yeah.
If you look at me, like, I should have grew up here or the West Coast. Everybody tells me I talk like a
Yeah,
Valley
yeah.
girl.
I was gonna say.
They're like you
Oh
sound
my
just
god.
like you came from the Valley. Like you're sitting. Let's go shopping, guys. Like
Yeah,
literally.
I get that too.
Yeah.
I get that too. People be like, "You're from the valley, huh?"
And I always have
I'm
to say
like, "Oh my
upstate
god."
because people be like, "You're from New York, so you're from New York City." No, no, I was like 3 to 4 hours away from New York City,
Yeah, you're
up
upstate.
by
Upstate.
Canada, pretty much. Like it was
Yeah,
far up
yeah,
there.
upstate. Yeah.
So basically, I moved here for a man. He paid for my plane ticket, my two cats to get here. Basically, I left my whole entire life and family.
Yeah, a lot of.
And then,
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. A lot of women and trans women come out here. A lot come out here for the same
a lot of
reason.
trans women come out here, I've
Especially
noticed.
for a lot of trans women. Yes.
Well, there's a lot of, so like the thing I've noticed about Las Vegas is it's very weirdly seedy. Like it's very, like there's places that are just very grimy and like weird and just
Why
like
you say CD?
like seedy, like
CD.
SEED.
Oh,
Like
that's
like you
saying
know what I no,
CD.
not like cross dresser, but like
Yeah.
seedy, like seedy.
What do you
And
mean
it's
by that?
like it's like it's nasty, like it's weird, like it's underground, like it's gross, like you know what I mean?
You
Like
been to
there's
some underground stuff out
yeah,
here?
there's like clubs out here for swingers, you
Oh
know?
yeah, I know.
Yeah, and there's
Yeah,
like brothels and
yeah,
stuff. So
yeah,
like
yeah.
that is different from where I come from. Where I
And then
come
I've been to
from,
even more
it's
private,
illegal.
private, where it's like
Me
people's
too.
homes.
Yeah, like there's in Vegas, it's
And I'm not gonna
known that
lie,
there are
I
tons of
had
people
so
that go to
much fun in
hotels.
there, but it's a lot. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
there's a lot of girls like us that go to hotels and entertain parties with rich bachelors and they're making bank. Like
Yeah.
I've made a lot of money myself by going out on dates with rich men. Like there is a guy who owns a store in the East Coast and it's a chain and we're talking like a big grocery store. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and here we have Albertson, Smith's, Walmart's out here too. But I
Yeah.
mean, over in New York, where I came from, there's like Hannaford,
I
Price
don't know.
Chopper. You've never
Whatever.
heard,
No.
but the people who own one of those, there's a guy. He's like a CEO or something. He came out here to Las Vegas and he found my Instagram, and he was trying to talk to me, and I was like, just I was doing my thing in life. I'm 29 years old now. I was 28. I wasn't, and
That's
he
not
gave
so
me he
far
gave me
away.
enough money to pay my rent like three times over, and I
Oh.
didn't have to do anything like that. We went out and got a drink, and we hung out like so he
Yeah.
just wanted like not only the company but like the eye candy, and it's because of who I am. It was not any way, shape, or form anything else.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I see the appeal of Vegas. I understand those things, but like I said, it's underground. It's weird. Like there's a sexual undertone to everything here.
Yes.
It's a little weird for me.
What?
Like
Really?
yeah, because where I came from, like I said, they were all like rich white Catholics.
Oh,
So there's
rich white
I'm
Catholics.
not kidding. Schenectady, New York, Albany, New York, Saratoga, if you were to go there, you would see there it's like there's a billboard outside of Saratoga that says no dark skinned people. I'm not kidding. That's the type of place I grew up. But like I grew up on the other side of that part
Uh
where
huh.
90% of my school was dark skinned.
Oh,
I knew how
really?
to braid hair before I knew how to straighten my own.
Oh, wow.
I have cousins who are 100% African American.
You just by relationships of like knowing them?
What do you mean?
Like you build relationships with another like black person, you just consider
Oh,
them
my
like
best
cousin.
friend growing up, I was 12 years old, and the first best friend I had, she was dark skinned, and her hair
Okay.
was she looked
What
like
do
a
you mean
Bratz
dark
doll.
skin?
Like we're talking not mulatto, she was black. Her
She's
mom,
black.
yeah, like black
Okay,
black.
yeah, okay.
She was my best friend. My
Oh
brother
yeah.
growing up, his best friend, what was his name? It was not. It was Deshaun. Her
Deshaun.
her brother,
Okay.
and we were all like, it was like her brother and my brother and her and me were best friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my brother Logan, from my mom, literally, he grew up with his best friend Darius. Like,
Okay.
we all, for
Oh
some
wait,
reason,
so yeah, brothers and sisters.
yeah. So, like I said, where we came from, it was like, it was
W-
more multiracial than anything, but there was another part of where I came from where it's like there's a line where like
Yeah.
it was a border in a
So
way.
what like so you coming out here, you just left everything behind. You just one day you just on the text message and then you was just like, okay, I'm out of here, you guys.
No. So what happened was I was in a coma for a month in 2019. I died
29.
many times, more times than I have fingers and toes. My brain activity went out. I was on an innovator. I woke up and I looked like Bella
There's a
from.
story I'm gonna tell you. But
Okay.
okay, go ahead.
I look like Bella from Twilight. My legs had eaten its own muscle, basically. So if you lay in a bed for 7 days, you lose 10 pounds of muscle mass. I was in a bed for 30 days. From January or December 28th, 2019 to 2018 to January 29th, 2019. It was a long time. I thought it was like 3 days. I woke up and I tried to jump off the bed to go to the bathroom because they didn't expel me at all. They literally only pee, and that was traumatic itself. I jumped off the bed and I had no legs. They didn't work. It was bad. Yeah, I've been through some real crap. So when I left New York, what happened was my brain got so inflamed. I had what they call encephalitis. So my brain was touching my skull. I have an imprint. Like they wanted to drill a hole in my head. My mom didn't let them though because she said if she wakes up and there's no hair on her head or she has a hole in her, she will kill all of us. She will blow this hospital up. And I'm thanking God that my mom did that. But anyways, because I'm a diva. But what happened was is I had such strong emotional trauma bonds to my family. My brother, my mom, everything. My dad. My doctor at one point told me I would do very well with microdosing or even doing mushrooms because it
Mm-hmm.
will help connect parts of my brain that I didn't have. This girl did 7 grams of shrooms 3 days in a row. Barely ate anything. Cut all ties with my mom. Broke down in my house. Was stuck in like a loop of a circle. I was on the phone with my best friend trying to get out of my house. And I was trying to like go inside my brother's house to go take a shower and all that stuff. And what happened was is I literally just kept going up my stairs to my loft and kept going back down and forgetting what I needed and what I was doing. And I got like stuck in a way. And then I was calling my mom. She was at work. I was waiting for her to come home to come pick me up,
Mm-hmm.
like from my house, literally to
Yeah.
come pull me out and put me in a shower. So I kind of I kind of went through it really bad with that. And I'm glad I did it though, because then I ended up here. I've always dreamt of the West Coast. I always wanted to be here, but I could not do it unless I did that. And I know it sounds crazy, but it really is what helped me cut the ties. If I didn't do that, I would have never been here. It took me a year. This guy who flew me out here, not kidding, took me a year to get my ID and
Okay.
all my paperwork together
Oh
to
wow.
get on a plane to go because
Wow.
I was avoiding it that much. I was not trying to
Yeah.
rush it, and he would get upset and I would be like, I'm not trying to rush. It's not my first priority. And now I know why I did that. Because I had such ties and trauma bonds that it was like, in a way, I wasn't willing to go, but subconsciously, like, you know what I mean? It was like I
Yeah.
was stuck there,
Yeah.
happy I got out. But then when you go from one place to another and then you get trauma bonded again to someone else, kind of sucks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I ended up here. So it was 2.5 years ago.
2.5 years ago. So 2.5
June
years.
June 2020
Or kind of 2.5 years.
2022.
June of 2022.
Yeah. So that will be what, 2 years coming up, or is that
No, that's wait, when did you come out here?
June 2022?
Okay, that's about to be 2 years.
Yeah. Okay. So 2 years. It feels so
Wait,
long.
June? Wait, no, that's 2 years and 2.5, I would say, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe 2.3, whatever. But yeah. So that's when I moved out here.
Yeah, it's wait, 2.4?
Almost 2.5. Yeah.
Well, whatever, yeah.
I just know that my cats are 3 years old now. I got them a year before I moved out here.
Oh, yeah, about these drinks right here. Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off like that. Could
No,
you
you're
wanna grab-
fine. Do it.
So,
Actually, let me eat a pretzel before I have this drink too.
oh,
because the
yeah, we
hummus
do
and
got
pretzels. I got it. Go do it. I got it.
okay.
When the guest drops a little piece of pretzel, the guest picks it up. Not you. You're already a good hostess. Look at this drink.
Yeah. So what we have right here, you guys, we have pineapple vodka right here. Yeah, you know how yeah, they know.
You
They
know how we
know.
do. Just being girlies, talking, getting
Cheers.
deep. I think it's about time we get a little more deep. What do you say?
Oh, it's just
Just a
the
start.
beginning, just the start.
Yeah. This is really good.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, it is.
It's
good,
really
isn't it?
good. It's really good.
Yeah.
I like vodka and pineapple. Like, I love tequila and mango. Don't get me wrong. Like
Oh, who doesn't like that?
That's one of the best combos. But
that's so
vodka
iconic
and
right there.
pineapple
Yes.
specifically.
Yeah.
Like, people like, give me vodka and cranberry. Okay, great, good for you. Love you for that. Do you? But
Oh, I have
vodka
cranberry.
and pineapple.
Did you see the cranberry in
It's
there?
like something about the sour.
Did you see the cranberry?
Yes, I
You
did.
don't think I don't know?
We should have mixed it a little bit.
We can.
We'll do that later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So So, I've been here for 2.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just keep it as that right there. So, being here for that long, how do you feel about being in Vegas? Because clearly I've been here longer than you, but how do you feel so far?
Personally, when I was here for the first couple of months, I didn't like it. I was not happy with it.
Same.
But as time went on, I started to see more of Vegas. I started to see more of the things because people think Vegas and they're like, oh, the Strip, and they're like, have you ever been to Red Rock? Have you ever been to Lake Mead? Have you ever gone to the border of Arizona? Like, I mean, let's be real here. There's so much more over here than where I came from. So what I try to explain to other people is I was told it's gonna take 2 years to really get used to Vegas,
Oh
to
yeah.
like really understand it, to find your place.
It took
And that I agree with.
yeah, so people it takes people 5 years.
No, to really settle down.
Yeah, to
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
settle down to realize that it's okay to live here, this is where they want to be at or
Well,
whatever the
like
case it may be.
my thing is I just started driving too not too long ago. I want to say like
But
4
haven't
months
you
ago.
been driving though?
Well, I know how to drive. That's not the
Yeah,
point.
okay. Definitely.
I was in Vegas. I was scared. Like the
Yeah.
the the
The
free
streets are
the
crazy out here.
highway here. I
The
avoid the
highway.
215. Are you
Yeah.
joke? I will
Oh,
take. I put
yeah.
on GPS and I'll be
I
like,
know.
avoid the highways.
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
I'll be like, oh, extra 10 minutes. No, I will
I've
just
been, I've been,
speed.
I've been, I've been in a car with you.
Yeah,
You
no, I
avoid
drive
no,
Asian.
but you know what you
Said
drive.
I drive Asian. Like I drive like a crazy
You better not
person. No, you know that girl on Family Guy who's like, I'm gonna. How much blinker time you need
listen.
in a 7-lane cross? Oh, none. Good luck to everybody else, because that's what I do here. Because people in Vegas drive crazy.
Yeah. Well, just to let you know, I'm Asian.
I know. It's a,
So,
it's the
so, so you say you're driving Asian?
the video.
No.
It's not because of Asian people. I feel like that. We're gonna cut this out because you
No,
literally
no,
don't
no,
call me
no,
out,
no,
bitch.
no, no. I was gonna say something that was gonna
I
make
know
it
you're
good.
Blasian, baby.
I know, but I was gonna say something that was gonna make it funny. But okay, whatever.
Let's go
Next.
back then. No, let's
No.
redo that a little bit. We
No.
could cut this a little bit. We could splice it up. Okay, so
No. So I got in okay in 2018. They know this already. If the loyal ones been watching me from day one, they know this already.
cheers, loyal ones.
So I've been in an accident in 2018. Well, three times. Three times.
Within a year?
No, one was
I was gonna say,
2018.
what luck is
One
that?
was 2018, and then another one was 2019, and another one was 2022
Okay.
of November 30th or 31st.
The only accidents I've ever gotten was when my mom was driving. I'm not gonna lie. We got hit by a flying ambulance one time because the
Oh
ambulance literally
my.
jumped over. Like, so there was this highway in Schenectady, New York, and like basically it's like there's a bridge and then there's the highway. So the
Yeah.
highway has a little bit of like a tilt, so cars kind of like lean this way on this side, and on
Yeah.
this side there they kind of lean a little bit this way.
Oh,
So it's like as if there's a ramp in between. So
yes.
we were going to turn this way, and the ambulance was coming straight from this, like the direction we were trying to turn.
Yes.
They had their lights on, but they had no speakers going. Like they had no
Okay.
like, "Brrr," you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh,
So
they didn't have it going?
my mom went to go turn. Her friend who was driving behind us, she was driving her daughter, me, my mom, my brother Logan, and someone else was in the car. I can't remember. And the ambulance sort of smacked us so hard that we spun in a spiral. It was like 90 miles per hour. They said they're surprised our brains did not hit the sides of our like skull, and like, you know
I
what I mean?
know,
It was
seriously.
hard because the ambulance driver even said once they hit us, because they hit the side, so their door, she had her arm on the door, her arm got hit in the socket, like her whole entire
Mom?
arm. No, the ambulance driver. So basically, they were on their way to go take care of a heart attack patient, and they had to literally stop for us. So they had to like it was insane. I've never been in an accident
Oh my
with me
gosh.
driving. I've been in accidents with other people driving. The
Yeah.
last accident I've ever been in was in like 2020. There was this girl, Frankie, who used to live next door to me. So I
Yes.
got in her car and she was driving and she went to go turn in this one area and I knew. I knew there was cars, like I knew what's going on. The car hit my door, my side. And I
Oh
was on like
no.
the right side in the back of the passenger.
Yeah.
Like I've never in my life will let somebody else who I don't feel comfortable with drive ever again with me in the car.
Oh no.
Never.
Yeah.
I take my life in value. I
So
don't.
it's like, no, either I'm driving or it's nobody.
No. If
Yeah.
I trust you.
Yeah. Oh, it's just,
You have a calm demeanor.
yes.
Like if you wouldn't get road rage,
How
like
calm of a demeanor do I have?
okay, I don't want to say this and make it sound weird or anything, but you're very laxy daisy.
What do
Like you're
you,
very like go with the flow. You're very much like calm.
oh,
You're
I'm a
very
Pisces, that's
you
why.
yeah, I know. You're flowing like water all the time. You
Yeah.
kind of like feel the vibe out and you see it. I like that you notice body language too.
Yeah, I do.
We both do. Because
Yeah.
we know when somebody's feeling a little something or upset
Mm-hmm.
or extra or blah, blah, blah. Like we know all that stuff.
Yeah. I'm real big on body language. Like that's my thing. Like I completely like it sounds crazy, but I analyze people and I'd be like, oh no.
What
Or
have
like,
you
oh they
analyzed
cool.
about me so far?
Oh, you've been good. I mean, yeah, you're a good girl. Yeah, I love you.
I feel
Yeah,
like
you
my vibe is like, because this is exactly who I am. The little girl who had blonde hair in the pink bedroom and who drew on her walls and like that
mm-hmm.
is who I was.
Mm.
So,
But I'm sorry, I we got too far with that. Go back to the story.
which one? What was I on?
Car crash.
Oh, oh. So basically, I got into a car crash with her, and she never reported it. Like nothing ever happened. And I did get a little hurt. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like my neck kind of bothered me a little bit, but it was nothing crazy.
Oh, okay,
But
then.
she literally tried, like, I know when people, like, because, like I was saying, we feel things. Like, she was doing this thing where I could tell she didn't want me to do anything. I don't know if it was her insurance. I don't know if it was her license. I don't know what the problem was.
See, that got me right there because
But I
I got in a
also,
fourth accident. I got in a fourth accident and I didn't report it, but I did call my sisters and I called my mom, and they were like, "You didn't report it," and I was like, "No." I was just more frustrated than my mind saying, "Report it, report it, report it." I should have.
that's the thing is I realize now, no matter what the case, I don't care.
Yeah, I
You
know.
ever notice that people will be like, oh, there's like people who we love, who we trust, or whatever. Once you let the police in your life or the cops or the government, they're never going away. That's because you're a bad person.
Mm,
It's my friend Ashley D. Hart from New York. She's been my best friend. I could call her right now. She'll probably answer. No joke. And I love her.
okay.
She has some issues. She has a high functioning Asperger's to the point where I don't even know if we're allowed to say that anymore. How do you put that? Is that okay? I don't know. She wouldn't. I
She's
don't
high
think she'd be mad
functioning.
at me. She's very, very high functioning. We're
I
talking
don't
like
see anything wrong with
she
that.
like you tell her something about how this is how this is supposed to go. That girl follows it to a T.
Mm-hmm.
And she could get paid a lot of money if somebody told her, "Hey, if a rich person went, this is the way I want my house. You clean it like this." That girl literally follows rules.
Okay.
So, anyways, she she has a lot going on in her life, and when I told her, because her mom, she's 30 years old. She's okay. Like she's not dying. Nothing's wrong with her. Her mom takes her check. Her whole life is like kind of like secluded to a box. I'm not kidding. And it screws me up
Mm-hmm.
because if something were to happen at all, if she calls me, there is nothing stopping me from calling adult protective services or whatever, because the truth is that my mom said to me, once you get the government in your life, they're never out. Don't do it. No, Ashley Dehart would get it out because Ashley Dehart knows how to follow rules. She's a good person.
Mm-hmm.
She's not going to not get a job. She's not going to not follow like what she's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like when people say stuff like that, it's because they don't do it right or they kind of cheat the system. You know what I mean? Because if the cops were called on me ever and I was in the wrong,
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the wrong. But if I was in the right, I feel like that would just be proven. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I don't think there's ever been a time for me where the cops have really made me feel like they didn't listen to all sides.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know sometimes I myself can have a mania or be sporadic or whatever, but I feel like they kind of saw through certain things.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't ever feel like the government has been in my life and screwed it up in a way to that extent. I also just don't feel like I do anything bad or am in those situations. I kind of avoid them.
Yeah.
I'm an anxious avoidant. I avoid anxiety.
Oh my gosh.
Since we're on life lessons and, you know, all that shit. Relationships. Love.
Yes.
Have you ever been in some bad ones like that? Like, obviously, I haven't been on your podcast yet, and we haven't talked about these things, but your worst relationship. Like, I've been in situations where I've been hit. Like, beaten. Like, I was with a guy. I was with a guy who was in the military, and we're talking someone who's famous, in a way. They made a movie about him. All I gotta say is they made a movie about him. Everybody probably knows who it is. But, yeah, no, he sniped the son of that. Yeah, he literally had looked me straight in the face and goes, I'm gonna leave marks on you, and ain't nobody gonna know shit because I'll leave them in places nobody's gonna know. So, worst relationships.
Oh my gosh.
I've been in.
I don't know who that is, but okay.
I'll tell you later, but
Tell me later.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna.
Watch them in the comments. Already know who it is.
Oh no, they're probably going to. But the funniest part is, don't portray somebody with some actor that's so it fucking had me going because I was like, I will show the real picture of that man. The only thing they got right is the fact that they both definitely had a package. But anyways.
Oh hey, okay.
Yeah. I just I've been through some real bad relationships. So I mean, what's like the lessons you've learned and what are the worst parts of it? Like, you know what I mean?
The worst part of a relationship I have ever been in, or just in relationships in general, is that always, because this is what I found out and I learned. Well, a lot of people won't agree with me. Well, a lot of like.
We all have our pace and we mature all a different way. So I have no room to judge.
Okay.
Whatever you're about to say.
So a lot of cis women probably won't agree with me with this. But what I learned over time, some do, because I watched a podcast, I watched a little short on YouTube, and I was like, oh, that's what I was talking about. I was like, oh, how did she... Oh, wait. So, what I have learned from a bad relationship or just being in a relationship is that every relationship isn't really meant for you as how it felt in the beginning. But at the end of everything, you got to understand who the person is. And even if it's a male or a female, mostly males. Let's stick with the male side of the spectrum. We got to understand when they go into their soft areas, their sad areas, their however they're feeling area. We got to understand that, because if we don't understand that, they will just be like, "Oh, you just don't care." Oh, you don't.
In what way you mean soft areas? Like be a little more.
Everybody has feelings.
Yeah, right. Of course.
Everybody has feelings. Everybody has sad moments. Everybody gets depressed.
You mean in the way they show them?
Yes.
I don't agree 100%.
Why?
because I know who I am, and I've been going to therapy. I
Yeah,
mean,
I know who I am too.
in this moment, I'm actually in
But when it's
therapy.
like too much of it, it's like then that's where it's like, okay, what it not this is not for
But
me.
there's a difference between what you're saying and
Okay.
like being like noticing their emotions, and like that's great, great. But when somebody's emotionally avoidant, when they
Oh, I didn't.
shut down, when they like, you know what I mean? So that's why I was saying be more specific, because that context right there is different than the other one. You know what I mean? So that's why I was saying explain more, because like in soft mode, you mean like in their soft era, like in that moment, how would you explain that? You know what I mean? Like what examples do you have to give for yourself in your situation?
My for me, honestly, what I learned is just understanding them. That's just what it is.
Yeah,
Like
but I mean like
I
examples, like certain situations you've been through with a certain partner or something that made you evolve and realize certain things.
oh, I see. That
Don't give
has
names, don't give nothing,
no, no,
but
no.
give an example.
I haven't. I just like realized over time, but it's like I haven't been in a full relationship to like actually pursue it to realize it. I just seen it over time, like, oh, that's what it was. Oh, this is how it was going. Oh, they just wasn't in the right mindset because they were just young and we were just young, or maybe like, oh, this person was just older than me,
Babe,
and
babe, I love you, but that's definitely talk to a therapist about that one.
why?
Because I'm going to
No,
therapy right
I,
now,
I'm,
and
I,
hold
no,
on,
no.
I'm going to
No,
therapy with a man
no, no.
to
Listen.
try and rebuild a little bit of something and fix something. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But what I'm
Oh,
saying
you don't
is,
know. You don't know Hana.
tell
I've
me
been
then,
through
tell me,
therapy.
and so have I. But tell me
No, I've
then.
been through therapy. You just got into therapy.
No, I've been through a lot more therapy than
Okay,
this. I'm saying no, the
okay, okay.
therapy that I'm doing now is different. So
Yeah,
like,
it's a
I've done.
relationship therapy.
Right.
Yeah, I
I've
get
done
it. Yeah,
therapy on my own for as long as I can remember.
yeah.
Because
Okay.
I have no problem being introspective.
Right,
Vulnerability
right,
comes naturally to me. I don't give a fuck.
right.
You hurt me, I'll bite a chunk on my ass. I'll get over it. I'll heal. That's how
Okay.
I'm very like confident within myself and my own emotions that other people are very easy to hurt me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I've been in therapy for as long as I can remember. But the therapy I'm doing now, like I said, it's different because it's a therapy that will help me and him communicate and understand our feelings. And he was saying something the other day that I also agree with.
Ooh. Would
It's
you like
it's
to?
it's decide or it's what the lady used for the word. It was something therapy. She goes, you want to see if it's decisive. The word I can't remember what word it was, but it's a word basically explaining whether or not you should be together. You want to go through therapy to see if you can talk out certain problems and if you're just miscommunicating. Because people these days they're so selfish and they don't realize it. The human race walks around and goes, "What am I missing? I don't know. Open up and ask. Talk to other people. Be normal."
Right.
Like it's that simple. But the therapy I'm going to now, even the therapist, I have been through so much therapy. I know the MOs of how to start therapy. I know that they're reading you, getting to know your personality, seeing how you're
Exactly.
talking in
Yeah.
Romania, your
Yeah.
body language,
Yeah.
all of it.
Yes. Yes.
He talked more than I did in that
Oh
session,
my gosh,
and
I
it
love
was
therapy for
because
that.
she was getting to know him. And you know, there were things that he said, like when it came to like she asked, she goes, because the end of the therapy session, she goes, "So here's my real question." She goes, "Here's what I'm gonna. This is the thing. What are the goals for this?" And also, do you still love her? Do you like, you know what I mean? There was a bunch of things that like real questions. And he
Yeah.
was open and
Exactly.
honest. And when he was talking about why he was in love with me, he goes, "Well, because, you know, she's pretty, she's young, she's trans." Those were the answers he gave. And I understand, like, in the moment, because he said,
No, there should be more to that because
that's why
that's
I'm
kind of
like, I value my personality, the way I want to lay in my bed and hit my bong and watch David
she's
Attenborough
pretty, she's
documentaries
young,
and have
she's
my
trans.
galaxy light on. Literally,
Wait,
that's
wait, wait.
like, you know,
Pretty?
it was kind of like more like superficial in a way. And for me, I'm sitting there and we're talking and I'm crying. I mean, like the
That's
therapist,
not enough.
So recently what happened was
Young,
is this
pretty,
man,
trans. That's it.
right? This man broke up with me. And he cheated on me hardcore, like
Are you guys still broken?
not 100. I don't know. I don't
You
know
don't
what's
know what
I
this
don't
is. You
no.
don't know what this is at this
I'll
point.
figure it out. I'll figure it out
Over
soon.
time, because you through therapy, right? You're going through
Yeah.
therapy.
Well, listen.
So how long is therapy, or is that just that one day?
Right now it's been 1 day.
So you're
But
going back.
it was a pretty long
You're going
session.
back.
Yes, we're gonna keep going, and we're
Keep
gonna
on
go
going
for
back.
like
I
a week.
advise you to keep on going back
I'm going to. But
until you
my thing
know.
is I feel
Until
like,
you know when it's like,
girl,
okay,
I don't throw away broken things. I don't give up. I'm a
okay,
dog with a fucking bone. I don't give up.
okay,
My loyalty is unwavering. Yours
okay.
might be, mine
Oh,
isn't.
whoa! Don't do that to me.
I'm always the girl who's broken up with. I don't break up with people. I will fight it out. We can ride this wagon until we're riding with nothing but spokes and there's fucking flames behind us. Dance on broken glass, babe. Let's do it. I'm a relationship girly. I am not a one night stand. I am not that bullshit.
Yeah.
I do my own thing. Let's not get me wrong. Like, but no. I stand on business. You are with me. You are with me for years, or you are with me for nothing.
What a diva you are!
Stand on business. Look at the shoes. Like, stand on business.
Sure, you look like you need to be the cheerleaders for the Dallas Cowboys.
Honestly, I want to be a cheerleader for someone I love.
I know, but
I could live off grid.
I don't know if you ever seen
and be, as long as I'm at Amazon Wi-Fi, I'm.
Had you ever seen that
ready.
reality show with the Dallas Cowboys
The
cheerleaders?
Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, yeah.
Yeah, they're all divas. They're just divas.
If I were to pull that side out of me, because like I'm really deep. I'm not gonna lie. I'm no shallow kiddie pool. I'm like I just said. At nighttime, I go to bed with my galaxy lights on, a fucking sunset lamp, and a fucking David Attenborough, and fucking Planet Earth, and like bullshit. Like I like to learn. I'm a sponge. I might be pretty and pink and have my whole, girliness, but I get down and dirty.
Yeah.
There's showers.
I was told I was a diva 3 times, but I'm just like, what makes a diva?
I think it's because we're pretty. I think it's because we can play both parts. Nobody really sees me when I'm down and dirty.
But I asked Google, what is a diva?
What's the
I was like, is diva a bad thing? And Google said diva could be a good thing. I was like, well, okay, well, all right, could be a good thing.
What's the definition of a diva?
Diva means a famous female opera singer.
Hey Google. Hey Google. Is diva a bad thing? This is exactly what I said.
Is being called a diva a bad thing?
Being called a diva a bad thing?
Decades later, being called a diva has taken on a derogatory tone and is often used to define a person who is high maintenance,
I forgot
and excessively picky about their circumstances.
I won't lie, I'm excessively picky about my circumstances, but other than that, I don't care.
Hey Google, is being a diva a bad thing? Is being a diva a bad thing?
The term diva can have both positive and negative connotations. Historically, a diva was a celebrated female opera singer, often associated with exceptional talent and a strong stage presence. However, over time, the term has evolved to often imply a demanding, temperamental, or self-centered personality. So whether being a diva is bad depends on the specific behaviors and intentions. If someone is demanding respect for their talent, advocating for their needs, and maintaining high standards, it can be seen as a positive trait. However, if someone is excessively self-absorbed, rude, or disrespectful to others, it's generally considered a negative trait. Ultimately, it's about balance and context. A bit of divaness can be empowering, but excessive diva behavior can be detrimental to relationships and professional success.
Okay, I agree. I agree with that. If I'm being
That's
honest...
That's exactly what Google told me.
If I'm being honest, we are divas, but we're the good version of it. We're not the bad.
Yeah.
We're not excessive divas.
We're not excessive diva.
Like, look at your eyelashes right now. Look what I'm fucking wearing. Like, we definitely have our standards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We have value. We know that. Like, That's what that just said. Like, but the excessiveness is self-centered completely. We're not like that.
Yeah.
I think I'm empathetic. I think I'm empathetic.
I think I'm empathetic.
Like, I think I care.
Oh my god.
Sorry, traumatized.
Oh my gosh. Cheers.
Cheers to that one.
Yeah, I mean, because I asked Google if it was a bad thing. Oh, Google didn't hear me, but to repeat itself or her or himself, whatever the AI thing is. But oh yeah, AI said it doesn't have a gender. So
I don't think it has a penis or vagina.
yeah.
Speaking of, okay, so this is a real hardcore topic. I want to hear your opinion.
Oh my
This is
gosh,
a real
here
one.
we go.
We're gonna go with this one real quick before we go back to our love life and lessons. But technically, this is a lesson in a way.
This is a lesson.
What do you believe in that whole context? Because given who I am as a person, given who you are, so maybe we should give a little more background. Hi, I'm Ash. I was born with ovaries and a penis. I was born both genders. I have 48 chromosomes XXX-Y.
Wait,
So technically I'm
intersex?
intersex. I mean, definitely looking at me, I've never had hormones, never had surgery done. I have an hourglass and titties. Like my whole body, I've never had
you was talking about this.
Yeah. So
like,
basically,
like the third time I met you,
it's very rare and weird. Yes.
You was on the whole circle about that, and then
That's why if you look at me, my Adam's apple is technically right underneath my chin, because every woman is born, every baby in their mom's womb is a female. They get a spray of testosterone, and they get testosterone in their body and they'll grow a penis or the brain before they're born, basically like 3 months, I want to say. They get a spray of testosterone. So trans women, what it is their brain is not connected to their body because their spray of testosterone never happened. So you have a female brain, but you grew a penis. For me, what happened was I was in my mom's womb.
I heard that before.
And she kept getting sick. And my mom has an autoimmune illness and all this stuff. So she passed it down to me. But in the womb, her placenta kept getting sent high amounts of estrogen because she kept getting sick. And her estrogen would just flare up like no tomorrow. So my placenta ate it all. So basically, it introduced me to be both sexes. There was so much that goes into it. I've been to like 4 endocrinologists. I've seen a bunch of shit. But like it's crazy.
This is a plot twist, but okay. So now.
So I identify as a woman, a straight woman.
Okay,
I definitely know that I'm an amusement park. I have different organs. So I identify in my way as, I'm not gonna lie,
so how did you
transgender, because the truth is I'm neither. I'm neither one of my body parts. I'm neither one of, like, I don't even like clothes. I was always naked in my house from when I can remember. My mom used to always scream naked baby running through. I don't like clothes. Jeans, dresses, all this stuff accentuates body parts. And whether or not you're a man or a woman. If everybody walked around naked, there's a lot of women that would never have my body structure. And there's a lot of men who have my body structure. So if you were naked, we would never be able to hide anything, and we would all be equals in that way. So I feel like, in a way, clothes accentuate a gender, and I'm neither or.
Really?
I thought you turned your phone on airplane mode, bitch.
I know.
Everything good?
Yeah. Something was. Yeah, something's good. I just forgot about an event that was today.
What event?
This event is. Oh, that's your message. No, get out of here. What is this message? Honor room for the gala. Wanna come? It's Friday night at 5:30 at the Aria. So there's an event that's on Friday at the Aria.
Are you going? What's today?
Today's Wednesday.
It's 2 days away.
Yeah.
What's it for?
It's like beauty and being you and glam and stuff like that.
Right up our alley, just saying.
What happened?
I said right up our alley, just saying.
I mean,
we
if you
do.
want to go,
If you want to go, I'll go with you. Like I have
No, I'm gonna go.
Bitch, I love you so much, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I want to go. You want to go?
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
I'll go with you.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, it's at 5:30.
Like I was sitting here trying to play
It's
it
at
off, I was like,
5:30. It starts at 5:30.
well, let's go.
I'm going.
I'll go with you.
Enough said. Period.
Period.
So
Where were we?
you were talking about intersex.
Oh, just us going through my story.
So that's that's I can see that because honestly, last night I was actually watching an intersex interview. Like literally, I have receipts. Like last night, I was like, "Oh, what?" Because I don't really know. Well, I was on this live stream. I forgot what app I was on.
Yeah.
And it was a live stream, and then this person.
Not sure what they are, right?
Yeah, this person. Respectfully.
Of
Okay.
course, it's respect because the truth is if you, my thing is education, babe. You don't have education on it. You're not sure, like you just said.
So this person was like from like the
It's just-
Philippines, and this person said, "Oh, I'm intersex," and I was like, "What is that?" Even though I heard the term before, but I really didn't know what it meant. So I was like, "What is that?" And then the person said, "Oh, I was born with this and that at the bottom," and they were like,
So there's many ways intersex can be born.
"Yeah, I know. There's many ways. That's what I'm saying."
Like, like the people in the Olympics, like they find out that one girl had testicles up in her system. Like those are all intersex. Every single one of those cases are intersex. You could be a penis with ovaries in your system. You could be a vagina with testicles up in you. You could have both literally right on top of one another. You can have something like I have, where you have ovaries and your vaginal tissue basically flipped outwards. So there's a lot of things that can differentiate it. It has to do with the fact that the chromosomes get mixed up, and when you're in your mom's womb, like I said, you get sprayed with testosterone or your body changes. The truth is, like, we all talk about gender and this and that, and I firmly believe that there is male and female. Your sexuality and who you want to be all differs.
Yes.
But nobody ever talks about when you're born both. What happens when the womb you're in does not go as planned and you get extra chromosomes or you get extra organs, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like there's people who we know of who ate their sister or brother in the womb.
Ooh.
And then they become like two people in a way. They have extra chromosomes or whatever. Like the doctor told me that could have been something that happened to me. I could have fused with my twin. You know what I mean? Because twins runs in my mom's family.
Really?
Yeah. My mom. Now I know.
See, like history.
Yeah.
I seen this yesterday, and later on, like a couple hours later,
Yeah.
I seen another video of him. I was like, well, he goes by him, because over time through life, this person decided to be called him.
So I believe that when it comes to even me, like,
and this person said, "I have a penis and a pussy, but my penis was very small, but it gets an erection and it gets hard, but I have a pussy." I was like, I was like, what does that look like?
So
to me, I was like, what does that look like?
I've seen a lot of people like me. I've met a lot of people like me. I've seen it in my
So
face
when you're
before.
intersex and you have a penis and a pussy, your penis is small, like really like this small?
It depends. It all depends. Like I've seen people who have
Like it looks
like a
like
man-sized thing with a vagina right underneath it instead of balls. Like I've seen it. So it all depends, honestly. Like I said, every person is different, right? Like me and you are different skin color. We have different hands. We have different legs, like length and all that shit. Like everybody's different. So I think it all depends when it comes to intersex and all that, how your chromosomes reached each other and how it all patched up. Because even me, given who I am, I have a lot of illnesses. I have autoimmune issues. I have muscle dystrophy. I have gastroparesis. I have, like, you know how they say when
also
people,
you always be this size.
yeah, I
Okay.
will die at whatever age this
This
literal body structure
yeah.
because I can't gain weight and I can't lose weight
Yeah.
like that. I mean, I
Okay.
can lose weight
Yeah.
if I stop eating.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
But my
that's
doctor, so basically right now, I was 18 years old and I restarted my stomach. It just paralyzed itself out of whatever happened. I'm not sure. Nobody knows. But I ate food and I smoked weed and I just ate so much food that my stomach now has this process where nothing's absorbing. It's not really getting much, but it just keeps pushing food out my esophagus. So if I stop eating for like 4 days and there's no food in my system, my doctor told me that's when you get a port and you get a nutrition bag in your system. I'm fighting the rarities of being bedridden and having a nutrition bag stuffed up in my system.
oh my god.
Yeah, I'm lucky I can eat. When I was in a coma, what happened was I got meningitis. And meningitis, if you look it up and you watch TikTok videos or anything, people come back and they're amputated. People come back and they're have a hole in their head. People come back and
Yeah.
they're not okay. Not
Yeah.
okay at all.
Yeah.
Like mentally not okay.
So
But I came back and then I fought through everything. I mean, I did a lot to keep myself okay. When I woke up, they put me on steroids. I was on Percocets for 30 days in a coma.
oh, that's how I was too.
That's bad.
That's how I
I
was
was
too.
addicted to the point where I woke up from my coma and that night I was going through withdrawals. It felt like somebody had literally a metal straw, and just stuck it in my knee and was sucking
Yeah.
the bone marrow out of my bones from here to
So
here, like
so
everywhere.
so do you know? So do you know like you know what trap music is, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know all these trap rappers be talking about the drugs. When I was in a coma, they gave me all of that.
Yup.
They gave me all of that to keep me awake. They want
Yep.
me to stay awake. Well, I don't know anything.
I was intubated.
So
I woke up.
they did all
I
that
have,
to keep you awake.
I was dead, brain dead,
Yeah.
like a vegetable.
Okay.
Yet my body was kept alive through a machine.
Yeah.
And then every time, basically, how I died is because my brain activity went out for like 8 hours at a time.
Mm.
That's not normal. That's not okay. People come back from that and they're brain dead. Like, we're talking like you can go without oxygen and brain activity for like, what is it, 5, 6 hours, and then you're pronounced basically dead.
Right.
Every time they would come in and be like, we gotta call it. She's dead. She's not coming back from this. Is insane. I would brain
Yeah.
activity would spike again for like 45 minutes, and then I would go back
So
out.
when my accident, they were saying to my family and friends that I had, they just like disappeared. I don't know where they're at in life, but they were telling my friends and family. Well, I have my family. I know where they're at, but the friends I had back then, they showed up. But I don't. We don't speak no more. I don't know why. Probably because like what they seen over time that had came to me, but what the doctors was telling them was like, oh, we don't know if she's gonna come back. We don't know. Just all you gotta do is just pray on it. And next thing you
Same.
know, I just woke up. I woke up and then I panicked. And I was like, what the hell is this? In my head, I was like, what is this? And then my cousin and my sister,
Yeah.
and my cousin and my sister was like, no, stop. And I was like, I just stopped. And I was like,
Because you were on
what?
drugs, and it was like as if so what they told me was, because what happened was, as soon as I gained consciousness, as soon as I woke up from that fog, as soon as I because I apparently was able to still, they put mitts on me. because I literally was like, something was like, I don't remember this though. They said they put a catheter in me, and I tried yanking it out.
Yeah.
I have
No,
scar
no, no.
tissue now.
But you know
That's
what?
really
But you
bad.
know
Like,
what's
yeah.
crazy?
It takes me like fucking a couple minutes to literally get my pee
But you know
stream
what's
going.
crazy? When I was like, I don't remember all that. I don't remember me
That's
doing that.
so basically, you might have had something like me, honestly, because there's a lot of my mom. She was after everything that happened to me. She did a lot of research. My mom gives me my brain. I'm not gonna lie. She gave me a lot of that power and drive. I learned things like crazy. The things I know, I was on Dr. Phil, remember everybody. So I was telling Frenchie all about it, and I was thinking, share the episode a little bit here, and here I'm witness.
Go for it.
All right,
Tony appeared on the
here's
show
video.
almost 10 years ago when her 13-year-old son at the time began transitioning to a girl. Her story became the subject of a controversial debate. Should parents stop their child from transitioning?
Also, how we found out about my ovaries and all that stuff. I always grew like that. There's no hormone intervention like that. There's no surgery, no nothing. And nobody understood it. When I was a kid, when I was like young, when I was 8 years old, people would
Yes.
be like, "Why are you so pretty? Like you're actually like pretty." Like it was as if I was always a woman. You know what I mean? So
Transitioning?
what happened was is at 22 years old after the coma, I woke
I
up
was
and they had to
22.
give me an ultrasound on my bladder because I had 200 liters in my bladder at one point. So my
Yes.
bladder is stretched out. I actually have problems going to the bathroom a lot of time.
Oh wow.
They were doing an ultrasound and they found a shadow underneath my prostate. And they were
What
like,
does that mean?
it was
A
over.
shadow.
They were like, my mom was
Oh, okay.
sitting
They
right
can't
there.
directly get into it. They
Right.
just see it. Okay.
So my mom and the nurse were sitting there, and the nurse goes, "What is that?" My mom goes, "What is that?" The nurse goes, "You see that, right?" My mom goes, "Yeah." She goes lower on me. She goes, "I'm almost positive that's a shadow of an outline of ovaries underneath her prostate." For the longest time, thought I was transgender. I had no idea.
Are you?
No. That's why I say I identify and I feel that way because I don't feel like the body I have is exactly my body. But I apparently have ovaries underneath my prostate. And I went to endocrinologist and we found out that it's just I have estrogen and testosterone. Once a month, like how a female gets a period, my estrogen fights my testosterone. Estrogen always wins, but they fight each other. So I become a little
So
more
do you feel
aggressive.
like a mood swing?
Yeah.
You
I
get
get
hot.
aggressively horny. Like instead of being the bottom, I feel more of the top as the bottom. Does that make sense?
No.
Like when I was a kid, I remember when my hormones used to fight that bad, it was different feelings. I used to feel like my groin was controlling me, literally. Like I would need to get up and walk around and run around the house and like, you know what I mean? Because it was like sending so many hormones to my crotch, literally.
So you have to get around and move around so
Yeah,
it can
like it would
calm
feel
down.
it would feel like there's energy pent
So you're
up
like,
in
I need to
my-
go outside and go out. I'm gonna go out.
I know like a lot of people don't believe in chakras and all that stuff.
I
but
do.
I do too.
I have many chakras.
My
I'm not
sacral
wearing it. Why am I
chakra
not wearing
is so crazy. It's not even funny. I have these moments where literally I'll be on mushrooms with my friends in the drum circle hanging out. People are cold. We're in the fucking desert.
Drum circle. I need to go.
You're going next time. We're in the desert on the middle of a fucking dry lake bed.
Yeah.
And we're all cold. So I get everybody huddled up in a blanket and I literally go like this. I'm not kidding. I can feel it within myself. Like this region of me emits heat. And I think it's my chakra. I don't really just think it's my hormones or whatever. Because the truth is, like, ever since I was young, like I said, I felt like my groin was whatever. But I will literally sit there and I will concentrate and I will do that thing. Like, you know how, like, when you, like, are trying... I know it sounds fucking weird and funny, but, like, when you're trying to push poop out, like, no joke, that feeling. But I'll push it towards the front of my body and I feel like I emit heat. Like, it's a vibration. Like, you know what I mean? So a lot of people, I know they don't believe in chakras and stuff like that, but for me, it's like that was everything I experience within this region of myself feels very powerfully abnormal, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyways,
Yeah. Okay.
that was a weird rant.
No, it wasn't.
I don't know. I'm a different type of human. I see
Yeah.
things differently. I feel like the world has changed so much that it's at the point where if you don't
So
change
do
with it,
you
you're gonna fall
so do you think like more like non-binary in a way?
I think it's my confidence.
So
I
your
don't think it's
confidence
as much my sexuality or my gender. I think it's my confidence. Because if you
yeah,
were to rip my ears off, put purple
because
alien
I
ears on me,
really
and then like paint me purple, I'd be the sexiest purple alien you've
yeah,
ever seen. I like who I am and myself.
because I feel like there's okay, well, I was about to go on to something but
Do
I
it. Do
rather
it.
not. Well, okay, you
Do
said
it.
it.
Open up,
So I
bitch.
feel like I know people that feel like I'm not as human as you are. And
What is
then
that? What do you mean by
no,
that?
no, listen. I know people that say I'm not as human as you are. I'm so different to the point where there's these other people that are like, I'm so different from the average human. I'm so different. I'm not as human as they are. So they consider themselves non-binary. And then there's others that's like, I'm not as human as you are. I'm more different than you are. That don't say that. They know that they're male or female and they just stay that way. That's just who they are. But there are people that are non-binary that label themselves as non-binary, saying like, "Oh, I'm this, I'm that, so I'm so
I think it's
different
because
from."
people are afraid to admit what they really feel and what they are.
Right. That's
Most
all.
most men are actually scared of it. Like the
Most.
person who I'm going to therapy with, he literally, let's get it straight. You're not attracted to trans, you're not attracted to vagina, you're not attracted to ass, you're not attracted. What you're attracted to is beauty.
It's the figure.
No, it's beauty. It's feminine energy. It's nothing to do with anything. Because if you look at me, my shoulders, the way I hold myself, the way I cross my leg, everything, this is girl. This is feminine. This is beautiful. This is
Mm-hmm.
elegance. That's elegance. Most people don't, most people like that and are attracted to that. But when it comes to like me and you, some people have an obstacle. We're not their cup of tea. Who gives a fuck? There are
Mm-hmm.
people out there who literally just are attracted to straight beauty.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how I feel. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think that, I don't, for me as a person, I don't fall in love with physical aspect 100%. Like
Mm-hmm.
that, yeah, it plays a part, great. But it's the way you talk, the way you walk, the way you conduct yourself in this world, your atmosphere that you bring. Those are things that will make me more attracted to you. Because physical, let's get it straight. I could be with you for a year and be like, gone. I could be with you for a night. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
Body's only good for so long. You have
Mm-hmm.
to have a stimulating emotional and intellect side for me to feel sexually attracted to. Like, I feel like that's for everybody, though.
Mm-hmm.
People who just have sex and one night stands and stuff like that, they just
Mm-hmm.
don't understand themselves or they deny themselves the pleasure of knowing.
Mm.
The guy that like I said, I'm going to therapy with, he comes in with a preconceived notion that I'm going to act a certain way, and then you get that response. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Stop. People need to stop denying themselves happiness. What's it, my belief system? There's no God alive in the sky that's going to burn me alive forever because I want to dick up my ass. I'm sorry, but if I repented and I said I'm sorry and I cried about the fucking $10 lipstick I stole from Sephora, there's no God alive that's going to burn me for that. Come
Mm.
on. There's people who are raping people,
Mm-hmm.
killing babies, raping 2-year-olds.
Right.
We're talking grown men putting their dick in a 2-year-old.
Oh well, I don't know about that.
That happens. But those people are the people
I
that I feel like are going to hell.
the ages that I've been hearing, not from a 2-year-old.
Oh no, I
No.
saw that the other day on my freaking news feed on YouTube.
Oh, that's a
I'm getting
Ferrari.
pissed off at the internet.
Ferrari.
I go to the internet to escape my reality, not to see the fucking nasty shit that's happening in it. Like, people these days, they're just posting their sadness, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I post a couple things here and there that are sad, but I mean, it's not like fucking 2 years of paragraphs.
Mm-hmm. How's Facebook living for you?
Kind of crappy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, because when I
I'm
see
not
on,
on Facebook like that
cause
anymore.
when I see on Facebook, it's pretty sad.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't really go on Facebook that much. I do post like 3 fucking sad things at once, and then I will stop for a week.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. Ever since we met and ever since we started
It's my
following,
only outlet, babe. I'm not kidding. Like when I
it's been
when I
sad.
go through shit, because my mom, she's in another state. I have no family. I have no like people that I feel are my confidant in that way. And the person who was has destroyed me. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's hard to differentiate how to do this stuff. And then I have no outlet to speak. I should mute that. I should put it on private so I can just let it out. But I'm not gonna lie, I might have a complex to a little extent. Like I want the world and people to know exactly what happened. I know that people can read things.
So you use Facebook like if it's
Kind
Twitter,
of, in a way.
like you use it if it's Twitter.
Kind
you know,
of.
people's feeling goes to Twitter, not Facebook.
And I
But I mean,
I learned differently. I grew up in 1995. I mean, fucking MySpace was the age. You know what I mean?
Oh
so,
yeah, no, yeah,
so like
definitely.
Facebook turned into the
95 by
MySpace, and
94.
MySpace. If MySpace was still alive like that, you should see my page. You would have been like, bitch, that shit's aesthetic as fuck. I was my MySpace looked like how my like Tinder profile is. Like I'm not kidding. I have pictures.
Tinder. I use Tinder too.
Me too.
I still use it till this day.
So what happened is me and him had like a 72-hour breakup. I'm not kidding. I think it's trauma bonds, but at the same time I think I love him. I don't know.
72-hour breakup.
72-hour breakup. I'm not kidding. It took 70.
You know what?
I'm not kidding.
You know what's happening. You know what's
So I
crazy.
opened a
You know what?
Tinder.
You know what happened in 72 hours when I heard from you?
What?
Oh, I'm going to therapy.
Shut up. I'm empathetic. Like this man literally. So okay, here's what I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you the truth. If he watches this, if my mom watches this, if anybody watches this who I know, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna tell you the fucking truth.
The world.
This man went to his job after, let's say 6, 7, 10 times. I'm not gonna lie. I have names. Who's this girl that now just happened? He cheated on me emotionally like 27 fucking times. The man was texting girls online, talking to them. He was trying to like say like, oh, they're just pen pals. Nothing's gonna happen. Blah, blah, blah. You have no idea. I moved here for this man. I was literally 3 months in a relationship with this man, coming here like a wild fucking animal because of what I've been through, feeling not okay, going through all my stuff. I even told him specifically, I feel like the world went, hey, here's your mom. She loves you. She's your biggest support system. We're going to transfer that energy over to him. This man abused me, neglected me, did not have sex with me, did not cuddle with me, nothing. He was avoidant as fuck like that, so bad. And then would talk to other girls online or whatever. He had a little relationship mingling with his coworker, Michelle, who turned out to be a black hole. Let's put it this way. I ran to Saratoga, New York for this man when he was in a hospital, and I had to call around to find him because he was so not okay and drunk and throwing up because he's been 3 years sober now. But when we met, he wasn't. And I told him I wasn't going to be with him if he wasn't sober. So I feel like in a way I do have a part of a catalyst to that. Like I am the catalyst, but at the same time, I don't take that as my own achievement or whatever. But at the end of the day, this man brought me here. No family, no friends, no nothing, new territory, all on my own. 3 months later, emotionally cheated on me. The thing that happened and why we're in therapy is because even my friend Destiny said, Ash, it's different if like somebody like is talking online and doing that stuff. But what happened was there was a girl who went to his job. He was serving for her. Got her Snapchat, got her number, sent her nudes. And then when I went on his phone in the middle of the night, because I don't do it like that, that's not my MO. My woman's intuition said, there's something, you need to look. So I did. And he came clean. He told me everything. He just literally before therapy, I'm not kidding, the day before, she was here. He was talking to her. And then what happened is I freaked out because what happened in the breakup was he tried breaking up with me. Everything went crazy. Me and my friend Destiny took his shit, brought it to the other room. We have 2 rooms. He's in the spare room. I'm not. You know, I get the fucking big California bed. You fucked up, not me. I'll lock you out of the house. So at the end of the day, he tried telling me the other day, she's going to be here. He wants to hang out with her, whatever. Because what happened was when he broke up with me and did everything, we hadn't had sex. We still haven't. And it's been almost 4 months.
Really?
So what happened was I did my thing. You got to get under a body to go over a body. Not true.
Oh
Not
my
true.
gosh. So all this democracy with being trans and stuff, like, why do you think that already? Why do you think that's so?
Because you see that recent video on TikTok of that guy who decided he was going to throw on makeup and a dress as a masculine man and try.
No, I've seen multiple men
Okay,
doing that
but recently, just recently, I just watched a
recently.
TikTok, a YouTube video short. I can't remember
No.
what it was. This guy is in politics or something like that. He decided to put on makeup and dress like a woman and play it as a prank or joke. And the truth is women like you and me, we did our due diligence. We paid our dues. Do me and you look like we have masculine features like that? No. We're not a man being a woman. We're transgender.
Yes.
There's a big difference. So like people who are cross dressers, there's a reason why there's transgender and cross dresser. So men who like to dress as women are not transgender.
Right.
So
Yes.
what upsets me the most is they're throwing around transgender as such a broad spectrum. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
The truth is, we have people like me and you,
Yes.
and we have people who have facial hair who are not getting laser hair removal
Yes.
and sitting there with arms like this and saying, I'm a woman. That is not a
Right.
woman.
Right.
That is called
Yes.
a cross dresser. That is
Yes.
called somebody who is sexualizing the other gender
I
as being them fucking
I
somebody.
went to so many events and
Because I
stuff.
can relate to that because I have hormones. I can relate to the fact that I sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I have nerve endings, babe. It goes both ways. So I mean, I understand when it comes to sexualizing the opposite gender and screwing as that, but at the same time, I don't mentally
I
comprehend
don't.
the function of doing it.
I don't think I have ever like talked like that. Like my natural voice is like this.
This is my natural voice. So I heard recently, so I
Yes.
go to acting school.
So
This is not your natural voice. This is talking through your diaphragm.
right.
This is my natural voice. This is me talking through my nasal cavity. This is how you would pronounce things and do things if you were emotional and you were
You
speaking
know, people I
a
came across.
lobby.
But this right here is not how you speak in a lobby. This is how you speak when you're high, you're close to your friends. This right here is how I would speak if I was in an interroom. If I'm sitting there giving a presentation, this is how I talk to other people.
Right.
But when I'm calm and relaxed, I'm talking like this. There's a huge difference.
Yeah, but
And
I mean,
as a woman, as a trans woman, you can agree.
yeah.
It doesn't sound like a man though.
But for me, trans or not, I always talk like this.
I agree because same here because I've always been in between. If you look at me now in my body, I consider my so like you know how they say like people like Justin Bieber didn't go through puberty until 19 years old, blah blah. I didn't have a pubic hair until I was like 21. I'm not kidding. My mom, it was very confusing for her too. Like my mom's she grew up as a natural woman, you know, she got puberty, everything started happening the way it was supposed to. For me as a child, compared to my brothers, compared to my mom, compared to anybody else, there was never, she never knew of anything like that, never seen anything like that. Neither have I. I never knew of anything like that. That's why my body is shaped in a way of like being like an adolescent. I don't know how to explain it other than looking very, very youthful. I mean, I'm very tiny. Like I'm very like if it's as if like a 12-year-old boy grew up completely with the same body structure with tits and an hourglass. Like that's how I feel about it to a certain extent. Like it's like my puberty in a way didn't age me. It just progressed what was like I can't explain it like you know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying? Like I feel like in a way I don't have a woman's or a man's stature. I feel like I got stuck in the
In between.
no, like not even. Like preteen. Like that structure, the way
So you're stuck at preteen.
that's how I
That's how
feel
you
my body structure looks in a way, if that makes sense.
really? No, but
Stand up for 1 second so everybody can witness this too. Like I feel like in a way it's structured like as if I'm obviously like 10 times the size of
so 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 you're saying that your body structure never grew into the young adult to
like
an
no
adult to
difference
a
between
grown
like
person.
Grande and like uh, what's her name Doja Cat. They're like the same age pretty much. But one's
But
completely matured compared to the other physically. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like in a
mm,
way, like I kind of have that very young, youthful look, and I
yeah,
think it has a lot to do with the chromosomes and
right.
the hormones and everything. I don't think
Yeah.
it has anything to do with just being, aging.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So how did you feel about like the way like you are, your body is, the body has react in life compared to like other people and knowing how their bodies react to
well,
during life,
when
through,
I was
through
a
life.
kid, when I was a kid, I remember my memory. The biggest thing that I feel this is something I've always said and always talked about. I remember one time I was in my room, and I mean, I was 4 years old, not even, wanting Barbies, pink, everything. Everything was like not normal when I was a kid. That's why everybody thought,
Yeah, a lot of stuff wasn't not normal for me too.
right. So, my mom, I felt like I've always been different, Like I've always had this little bit of extraness to me. What was your exact point? You asked something specific.
Yeah, you was going to it, but you just got lost.
Justin.
So, so, oh my God. So, I
No,
was saying,
right.
right. So, I was saying that how does your life, the way you are, is like different? Well, I'm saying it.
That's right. So, I remember my first memory ever of that feeling was I was watching Hannah Montana. It was the first episode.
Oh,
It
Hannah
was still
Montana.
out, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was on that show too.
No, it wasn't. I was watching it over in my bedroom.
Hannah
Except
Montana
for
was a
the
show.
movie had just came out. I went to the theaters with my friend. The song "The Climb" came on, and I was crying, like
What was it?
hysterically in the movie theater. "The Climb," her song "The Climb."
Oh yeah, Decline. Yeah,
It's not the climb, not the
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
How long?
yeah.
Yeah.
I used to
So
play that song over and over. But go ahead.
cried like a fucking baby.
Yeah,
And now that I'm older, I'm realizing why so much because she lived a double life. She had two different personalities.
yeah,
For
yeah,
me as a person, it felt
yeah.
like because.
Oh,
So, anyways, I
that
remember
makes sense.
memory. I was in my mom's arms. I was
Wow.
like 10 years old, 12, and I was crying to my mom in her arms, literally in my computer, just fucking bawling. And all I said, I remember the words exactly. Everything else after that, I don't remember. Like I said, I am never gonna be like one of these girls. I am never gonna look like Hannah Montana. I am never gonna be that pretty. Sure enough, I became. I look in the mirror. How many people do you know in their life? Look in the
So
mirror and say, every single feature I
yeah. So
have,
wait.
every single little piece of even like insecurity or whatever is everything I wanted to be when I grew up. I look at myself in the mirror and I love.
So how did you feel when you realized you?
What do you mean?
How did you feel when you realized you, knowing that you are you? How
It
did you
changed my
feel?
life.
And how old were you?
17, 19. Like I was
17 to 19.
I was in the hospital half my middle school and high school years.
So when did you accept yourself?
My first boyfriend,
When was that?
21. When
You
I
were
first
21.
really accepted myself, I was 21. Because we were at a park and this man was abusive. I'm not gonna lie.
So
And
2017.
yeah, we did stuff at the nature hike. I mean, he put me on a tree and we were, afterwards,
So you used to climb trees,
afterwards,
being the child.
afterwards I walked over to him because he literally went over to the river, the little stream, and just started peeing. So I jumped up next to him. I'm not kidding. I jumped up next to him. I put my hands behind my back and I leaned my crotch out like this. And I was like, I can do that too. And I smiled like that. And I did the whole, I can do that too. And it was the cutest thing to me. To me, that's when I really fully went, I accept myself. I love who I am. I love who I am. I can go on 6-hour road trips and piss out the side of the car and not give a shit. Not need toilet paper. I am the girl that I can have a baby both ways if I decide. Take an ovary egg out of me, put inside some other woman, give her estrogen, make that shit turn on, take the man I choose, take his sperm, fertilize that egg. That girl gets all the stretch marks. That girl has to carry my baby. I like who I am. I very much like who I am. How many people do you know in the world grow up, look at themselves in the mirror and go, I'm everything I wanted to be? No surgery, no nothing. You don't need it. You don't want it. You don't. I like my shape of my lips. I like my nose. I love my ears. I love my hair. I love who I am. My body structure. I love my collarbone. I love me. I don't need huge tits. I don't need more ass. I don't need all this stuff. And not only that, but it comes with complications. Think about all the girls who are talking about they wish they never got their breast done because they're getting breast issues.
So the guy that you're dealing with, did he know everything about this?
Everything. And
Do
that's
you
the.
think that's what made his head change?
What do you mean?
His mind in loving for you, it has changed because you told him how you are.
You know this from the very beginning. He
Okay.
likes that.
Oh, he likes that. He likes.
He
Oh, he wants it to be real logistically like.
he wants me
Hear
for
me
my
out.
body.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Listen, cause yeah, you're gonna say that, but you're not hearing me. So let me tell you what I have to say. So he likes to actually physically see the two in one.
So basically, because of who I am,
Like it's
I'm
really
not
there.
small.
Like how his brain is.
It's not small, but it's not big. And my other side is made out of vaginal tissue. All you have to do is spit on me and you enter. Because every trans woman or any gay man, sorry, but you need lube. It's not gonna work. I have vaginal tissue lining me. So basically, I'm mucousy. You ever get swamp ass and not even are sweaty? You're just horny and you're walking down the road? Do you know what that feels like? It's not fun. Yeah, I have a lot of weird things about my body. That's why I said like the muscle dystrophy, like look at my arms. Like watch this shit. Look at these muscles. I'm 29 years old. There should be a little something there. Like a little bit. You know what I mean? And I'm not the type of person who's not active at all. Yeah, my diet might be smoking weed and watching Rick and Morty, but I mean, hey, I still
Hey, Rick and Morty.
I still
You
go to
got me
gym.
a show to watch tonight. I'm gonna watch it.
You know what I mean?
So did anybody catch on to your intersex when you were explaining yourself?
Yes, actually, a couple of people. My one friend Frankie, I had to draw her a diagram of my body because she literally went to medical school in the military, and she was like, "I just want to like draw it. I want to see how it looks." And she explained to me that. So basically, even my doctors have told me I am one out of like 4 or 5 women we know of in history books.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, we know that there's women in history that are born like me. Obviously, we might not know specifically to that extent back in the 1800s, but
Yeah.
we know there is some weird shit.
Yes.
I've made history books. They've used my blood work for special illnesses for kids on for this one doctor. So basically, And when I drew her diagram, she told me she worked in the military. She worked for the medical side. She was the one who took care of everybody and, patched people up and da da da. She was in combat for a while. She really explained to me why my situation is so weird and why I will never ever get what I want unless I go the route of basically being illegal.
Mm-hmm.
So it's unethical to test on humans completely.
Mm-hmm.
We test on rats,
Mm-hmm.
closest thing to testing on a human.
Mm-hmm.
There's no rats that are born like me. There's no experimental things that have been done where they take an egg out of somebody who they don't even know where the fucking ovaries, how to get in there like
Yeah.
that, and then you know what I mean? The doctor told me there's a lot of what ifs. Like, what if I go to
Yeah, there is a lot of what
what
ifs.
if I go to retrieve an egg and my whole ovary system has to come out and I get a full hysterectomy?
Yeah.
Like we don't know the
You
true
never
risks.
know.
So what Frankie told me was, if I ever wanted to, my baby would be considered the Antichrist. It would be on death's door every day. People would try
Why?
and kill it because it's not
Normal.
normal, not only that, but it's not ethical, and it's not something that the human race could ever conceive in their mind. How could somebody be born with both versions of viable ways to get somebody pregnant?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I came in a woman, I could get her pregnant. If a man used one of my eggs and put it in another woman and fertilized it, I could have a baby that way. So technically, even Frankie said, she goes, so technically you could like clone yourself if you wanted to. Obviously, we see that in animals. It's never alive a certain amount of time. It doesn't get born, whatever. Still born, great. But technically, I would be able to do that in a way.
Is there anybody like you?
No, that's the thing. We don't have.
How?
So,
How do you know?
because I've done my research, I've been to like 4 endocrinologists. I've been to doctors who have literally like are confused.
So how come people are not knowing about you?
Because it's rare.
But okay, you're
Have you
rare.
ever heard of people being born both genders? And I'm talking like,
Yes, I have.
okay, but there's this thing where like people are born 48 chromosomes, like XXXY, stuff like that, or like Y or XXYY and stuff. Like they call them super females, super males, whatever.
Yes.
Mine though is XXX-Y. It's not
Dash?
Yeah, it's
What
not.
does that even mean?
So XY is male, XX is female.
But where did the dash come into?
The dash is because it's not connected to my chromosomes like that. It's connected.
So
it took all
how
my
come people are
female
not
tissue.
knowing about you?
Because it's
Because you need to be known.
Because it's so rare and fucking
But you need to know, be
my
known.
female tissue, basically when I was in my
Wouldn't
mom's
you like
school,
to be known about this?
I don't parade it, but I don't hide it. Because people these days are mean and nasty, and I'm not gonna lie, I have stalkers. Like, there are people who literally, I've been on Dr. Phil, like I said, there are men who literally, like, will try and find me. You see a reflection in my glasses of my house, they find my house. That's what I have to be aware of constantly in my life. So, like I said, I don't parade it, but I don't hide it. Because I am the commodity, I'm the fetish. Do you know how many boys I've talked to want to try me? To know how they feel, this and that. I'm not your experiment. I'm not your toy. I'm not somebody who's going to fulfill that need.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'm equal of both and you look at me and you're like, you see a woman, and yet you see a penis and you're like, I want to try it. That to me, I'm sorry, but that's not my job.
Right.
And that's how I get treated all the time.
So, what is one life lesson that you had learned from like everything, all the way up until now? Like you knowing you not knowing how your body is functioning, not knowing what your gender was, how people will come at you, you being in these relationships, all the way up until now, the relationship you're dealing with right now through therapy, meeting new people in Vegas. What are some of the life lessons you have learned to move forward?
There's 2 main ones that I constantly repeat. Living well is the best revenge. Nobody can hurt you as long as you're okay and happy and smiling. I mean, what the fuck are they gonna do? Talk shit? Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's number one. Number two, it's not about how you walk in the fire. It's about how you walk out. If you walk into a situation and you act crazy and you're screaming at the top of your lungs and you're going mental and your brain's out of control, but then you're able to reel it in, you're able to keep your grace and dignity on the way out, you'll never be the bad guy. Doesn't matter.
So tell me one love that you have gotten.
What do you mean?
What is one love that you got out of life?
One love?
Yeah, love. What is the love that you have found for you, for who you are and how to go upon things?
A lot of people can't be alone. A lot of people are not their own best company. But me, I am okay being alone.
And what would you tell people about life?
Don't take it so fucking serious. Take a chill pill or do some fucking shrooms. Or smoke some weed or take some alcohol. Very fucking simple. Calm down. Calm.
That's your actual.
Literally, yes. Just
that's
be
your
just be a
actual
little
answer?
calmer.
Yeah.
Because I've been stuck in a mania for so long. Like, I finally have the fog lifted to a certain extent. I finally feel more capable. At the end of the day, it all has to do with letting other people affect you, your emotions. I mean, I couldn't clean my house. This man was putting me through such a tizzy, and I was thinking about him constantly. I was going through so much stuff mentally. I mean, figuring out who I am. I mean, Vegas is new. I'm going to drum circles I'm trying to figure shit out. I'm 29. I don't know what's going on.
We got Ash right here telling us about her story, her background, and everything about, again, life, love, and lessons. So, yeah, you guys will be seeing her a little bit more now on this podcast.
And when you hear my voice, don't get too annoyed. I promise I won't be that annoyed. Just a little bit. Just tiny bit.
So, you guys, I'm going to end it right here for this podcast right here on the Pure Genuine podcast, where we dive into authentic experiences like never before. Yes, you guys. And thank you for tuning in and pulling in a chair and
enjoying us
and talking to us and tuning in to this episode. So, you guys, I'll see you guys next time. And you guys will see
Ash next time. Peace out.
Bye. Peace.
Bye. Have a great night, everybody. Enjoy your lives. That was good.